This is 3 News Daily.
Hello and welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Tuesday, November 1st. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. And we start off today in Cuyahoga County, where Michael Freshwater pleaded guilty to vandalizing an LGBTQ+ youth counseling center. Police say on July 1st, he spray painted racist sayings on the Colors Plus Youth Center on Lorraine Road in Fairview Park, threw a brick through the window, and then ran. Police used surveillance video, which you can see here and you can see more of on WKYC.com, and records of the paint purchase to catch him. Freshwater also pleaded guilty today to 1 count of ethnic intimidation and 1 count of criminal damaging or endangering. His sentencing hearing is scheduled for November 30th. And as we continue to see what happens with prescription drug mismanagement here in Ohio, a Hudson doctor and a Central Ohio pharmaceutical representative have pleaded guilty to their roles in a prescription drug kickback conspiracy. Officials say neurologist Deepak Raheja wrote prescriptions for a drug approved by the FDA solely to treat a condition where people experience episodes of uncontrolled laughing and crying. Raheja wasn't only prescribing it to patients who needed it, though. He wrote out the prescriptions to patients who did not have the condition in exchange for money and other items of value. Court documents say Raheja wrote approximately 10,000 prescriptions, the highest in the country, but he didn't act alone. Raheja and former Avenir pharmaceutical sales rep Frank Mazzucco both pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to solicit, receive, offer, and pay for health care kickbacks. As part of the plea agreement, Raheja has agreed to serve 30 months in prison, surrender his medical license, and pay $1.17 million in restitution. Now we turn to Canton for an inspiring story where 2 police officers are being honored as heroes for saving a woman's life. You're looking at the police body cam footage from October 5th when officers Matthew McAmer and Austin Lute were called to Tuscarora Street West, or West Tuss as it's called if you're from the area, between McKinley and DeWalt Avenues, where they found a woman in her car. She wasn't conscious or breathing, so right away they started performing CPR and then revived her, and she was taken to a nearby hospital. And for their incredible work, these officers will receive the Lifesaver Award. Our Isabel Lawrence spoke with the woman they saved, and we'll have that conversation for you at 5 o'clock. And in Akron, a new law is sending a clear messages to citizens planning on intimidating voters or election workers. If they interfere with, intimidate, or threaten people at the polls, they are going to jail. Meaning election interference is now a local crime that can be charged and prosecuted in Akron Municipal Court as a misdemeanor, and the consequence is at least 3 days in jail. Akron City Council passed the local election interference law yesterday, just in time for our election, which is 1 week from today. 3 News' Neil Fisher will have more on this tonight. And in this upcoming midterm election, several key races are still tight with control of Capitol Hill hanging in the balance. Ohio has become a battleground in the process. Should either Democrat Tim Ryan or Republican J.D. Vance win, it could flip control of the U.S. Senate. That's one of 6 key Senate races people are keeping a close eye on. I took a deeper look into this, and you can find that on WKYC Plus and the WKYC YouTube page. Now, with abortion on the ballot in 5 states and the current state of the economy on everyone's minds, experts say we could see a record turnout. More than 22 million people have already cast their ballots during early voting. And here in Ohio, if you want to vote early, you can do that at your County Board of Elections from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. for most of this week. That's today through November 4th. Early in-person voting continues until Monday with varying hours on the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Any mail-in ballots have to be postmarked on or before Election Day or turned into your County Board of Elections on November 8th. You can visit WKYC.com for more details. And as we look ahead, we also look ahead to the holidays because it's November 1st, and that means Hanukkah is 47 days away, Christmas is 54 days away, and Kwanzaa is 55 days away. So our question is, with people already breaking out the decor, our question of the day today is, when do you start decorating for the holidays? I personally could not even consider decorating for the holidays today. I'm still trying to do my spring cleaning. That's how behind I am. But we want to know what you're thinking. Post your comment to the WKYC Facebook page, and we will talk about it during What's New at 4 o'clock. And now, another inspiring story. Our Cleveland community is coming together to help a family in need. last week an auto repair shop on the corner of Kinsman Road and East 145th Street caught fire, and the flames spread to the surrounding area, and that included the Cole family's home. So neighbors and friends have come together to donate everything from toothpaste and toothbrushes to clothes and everything in between. And they lost everything, so they really need it, but they are very thankful for the support. The Coles are now looking for a new home, and they've started a fundraiser to help offset that cost because, let's face it, moving is incredibly expensive and the housing market is a bit tough right now. So if you're interested, we do have a link to that fundraiser up on WKYC.com. And it is a great joy that I tell you that it's Victory Tuesday here in Cleveland. Haven't had a reason to wear orange after a Browns game for several weeks now. But last night, the Browns dominated the Cincinnati Bengals with a final score of 32-13, and that 4-game losing streak is finally over. Now the Browns are starting to even out that record. Now the game did start off a bit slow in the first quarter, but the Browns defense really showed up, making a statement to the Bengals that scoring points would not be so easy. They actually didn't score a single point until the fourth quarter, but by then it was too late. And the Browns now have a bye week this week, so they'll be well rested before they head to Miami to take on the Dolphins on November 13th. Okay, we're talking money now because the Powerball jackpot has gone up again. It's at $1.2 billion now. That's the second highest prize in history. The highest was close to $1.6 billion. And with no winner, the last night's drawing, it could grow even bigger before the next drawing, which is tomorrow night. Now, there were some winners. There were two $1 million winners right here in Ohio. One was in Newport and one a bit closer to home for us here in Northeast Ohio in Norwalk. Now, if you live in Norwalk, check that ticket for the numbers that you see here on your screen. And if you're listening on the podcast, that's 13, 19, 36, 39, and 59 with the Powerball at 13. That $1 million winner was sold at the Norwalk Mickey Mart Lucky Lottery store. And before we go here, we've got some exciting news for our fellow Swifties out there. Taylor Swift just announced her 2023 tour called Eras. It's her first tour in 4 years, but if you live here in Northeast Ohio, you'll have to travel down to Cincinnati to see her here in our state because she'll be there, and that's the only Ohio stop on July 1st. Also worth noting, Taylor has become the first artist in history to claim the top 10 slots on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. That's shortly after she released her latest Midnights album. So tickets for the Eras tour go on sale November 18th. We have more details, including how you can register for ticket pre-sale. That's on WKYC.com. And looking ahead, today is National Cook for Your Pets Day, so I'll be doing something special on What's New Today at 4 o'clock. I'll be talking with Travis Raymond from the Grateful Dog Bakery, and we'll be making a homemade snack that you can make at home. The Grateful Dog Bakery is in North Ridgeville, and they'll be showing us how to make their oats and beef doggy treat. So stick around for that. All right, thank you very much for being here for 3 News Daily today, whether you're watching on WKYC Plus, the WKYC YouTube page, or Instagram, or listening on your favorite podcast platform. We appreciate you, and we'll be back tomorrow with more 3 News Daily.